Hello and welcome to week 39 of Building My Custom Venator, a series we do every single Sunday here on the channel where we build my custom Venator that is 8 feet long with engines. Of course, that the engines aren't on yet, but right now it's like 7 foot long, and we'll be going to Brookwood, Chicago 2023, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's get into the update. To start off this week's Venator update, we should be working on the bottom panels, but the piece I ordered in last week's order has not arrived yet. RIP. So, in the meantime, I'm going to work on this thing, but on the other side. Now, you may be asking, Will, why are we rebuilding this? I thought we already built this. Well, in matter of fact, we did, but it happened to fall apart, as many things do on this Venator. So, yeah, we're going to be putting this thing back onto the Venator and hopefully trying to wrap around to the back section now that we have these panels on. I'm super excited to see how this is going to come out. Let's work on this starting now. Okay, so I've reconnected this thing on there. It wasn't too hard, it took like a few minutes, but it wasn't too bad. However, last week I did mention we were having some problems with the panels, and I said they weren't 100% lined up. Well, I realized that this thing right here, your eyes do not deceive you. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this thing is angling like this way, like it's pulling more on this side. So that means something is wrong with this device, and it's angling this big panel. So I'm going to work and try and figure out what the problem is with that right now. Alright, I fixed the issue. Apparently this thing right here was just one stud too high, which was affecting everything. I'm 90% sure it's fixed and everything is working now, which is great. But I did realize, while fixing this, while trying to find the problem, I did realize there was some sagging underneath here. So eventually, I would really like to get some 16 by 16 plates and replace all of these old beams with 16 by 16 plates, because I've heard those are like the strongest things ever. And that way, there wouldn't be like any bit of sagging. There's like barely any sagging now, but like if I press on the center, you can see the sides go up a little bit. Yeah, so eventually I may do that, but that probably won't be before Brookwood, Chicago and stuff like that, because I want to try to get most of this done before Brookwood, Chicago, and this will be something I'll just add on later on to make it stronger. So right now, I'm about to put this panel back on, and then we'll start working on some new stuff. Alright, so we got this panel back on the Venator. It looks amazing as always. However, we do have a bit of a situation with this panel, because I think this side might be a bit too big, because, look at this. You think that this is accurate? I mean, there's like no overhang whatsoever for this panel. It's just like right up against it. And there's supposed to be some overhang on each one of like the panel sections, because you can see right here how there's some overhang. Oh my goodness, that lighting's kind of bad. But like, look at that. Like, there's overhang. And on this one, if I keep it like this, there's going to be no overhang. So this panel definitely needs to move a few studs this way, which means a bit of a redesign in this panel. So I might have to cut this off a little bit and then screw it in that way a bit, just so that it works out perfectly. Alright, so I took some bricks off to make it a bit easier to move, and I thought I could just slide it in a bit further. However, I can't. So what I actually have to do is this. I have to move over these brick insertions that I put into the Venator already by a bit, which is going to take a while to do, so I'm going to get into that right now. I just shifted these over by 6 studs, so hopefully that will do the trick. Let's test it out. Okay guys, good news, it worked. It looks great, 100% right here. It definitely has the overhang now, so it'll look great when I have the panels on here. But I did realize that this angle does not match this angle, which is a bit of a problem. So I'm going to probably try and mess around with this angle a little bit to match this angle. So that's what I'm going to work on next, while we still wait for that part order to come in. Oh my goodness, it's taking so long to come in, and it's getting so frustrating. Okay guys, while I was working on this, I had a crazy, amazing idea. So I was trying to create another strong connection point right here. And I'm like, one brick doesn't seem like a strong connection, like this one right here. That's not a very strong connection. So I thought, let's make a wall. And then I thought, wait, we could have a gun turret right here. And it probably would work with the panel, because if you line it up like this, it goes down, you could easily have a gun turret. And I thought I could put 2 of them right here from the new Fall First Battle Pack and make a gun turret room on both sides of the Venator. Now, how cool would that be? So that is something I'm definitely going to incorporate if I can make this work. But I just thought that was a really cool idea, so I wanted to show you guys. But now that this side is lined up perfectly, I'm now going to put this panel back on the Venator, and we're going to see how that looks. Guys, I'm so happy. The gunroom actually fits. Look at this. It actually fits right here, and you could launch spring-loaded shooters if you really wanted to. But this is absolutely insane. I'm so excited for this. It actually fits. And we also built one of these side panels right here, another one, to fit along with this angle of the Venator, which looks great. I do have to work on the bottom and top of this section, but this panel over here looks amazing. I'm super happy with the progress we made on this panel this week. It looks perfectly shifted. There's enough overhang on both sides, right here and right here. So this is perfect, and I'm super happy with this week. However, I'm very sad to report that the parts that I need for the bottom part of the panels have not yet arrived, which is really unfortunate. So we're going to have to cover that next week if they come. Who knows? I hope they do. I don't know why they're taking so long to get here, but hopefully they do come in so we can work on that next week. Now, there is one last thing I do want to work on for the Venator update, which is this panel right here. I did shift this panel over, as I was saying earlier in the vlog. I moved a bunch of bricks and a bunch of supports over, and I shifted it, but I didn't do it on this side. So I'm going to replicate what I did here on this side real quick for the end of the Venator update. It hopefully won't take too long, since now I know what to do. Just to show you guys what needs to be done, I've lined up this section of the Venator with this section of the Venator, and you can technically see that all of these things are shifted over by like about 6 studs that way, and not as long, and then they're also longer over here. So this is going to take a lot of reorganizing for me to do, which is why I'm going to be doing this right now, and that's to wrap up our update for this week. Alright, we have now got all the tails attached. That one's attached properly. This one's attached properly. Everything looks amazing. I have not filled in this spot because I'm going to be doing something really special with it next week. Just wait and see, guys. You guys are going to love this. But that is going to wrap it up for this week on the Venator update. The Venator looking fly from the top, not so fly from the bottom, but we'll get there eventually. Hopefully with next week's part order, we'll be also able to attach one of these panels to the bottom of the Venator. But that is all for now, guys. Peace out, stay awesome, stay subscribed, and I'll see you all in the next Venator update. Goodbye.